I wanted to make this video to talk about hunters celebrating their kills, or over-celebrating, I call it. I noticed this trend over the past several years of hunters, after they shoot an animal or even when they walk up on the animal and find it, just the over-celebrating that seems to be happening, specifically after this shot. It seems like there's this sort of acting, I would call it. I don't know if I'd call it acting. This over dramatizing their shot, or just the whole scenario. They look at the camera and they just start, I don't know what they do, and it just seems obnoxious to me. And I know that people will push back at me and say that they're just being real. That's just their raw emotions. And I've even seen the hunters who've kind of been called out for this defend themselves by saying that they were just them were their raw emotions. Those were their real emotions that they were just expressing. And I don't know. I call bullshit on that. I mean, ask yourself this. As a hunter who doesn't film their hunts, it doesn't have a camera right there in their face, after you shoot an animal, are you acting the way these people act? Are you jumping out of the tree and freaking yelling and screaming? And I mean, I don't think you are. I personally don't. My first reaction after shooting, no matter how good of a shot I think it is, my first thought is worry. I'm immediately worried. Like, did I make a good shot? Is this animal gonna die? Did I wound it? I'm paying attention to where it ran. I'm immediately replaying the shot in my head. I don't know if I would say calm, but I'm not acting the way they act. Maybe it's just a personality thing. Maybe other guys aren't doing that, but I have to feel and think that most people are similar to me, and immediately just worried about everything that just happened and how the shot was. And maybe the other problem is not just personality. Maybe just I've had bad experiences, but I don't know. I really think that they're just playing it up to the camera a little too much. I mean, like I said, if the camera wasn't there, would they really be acting like that? I don't think so. And if that's the case, then that's not really their real raw emotion. They're doing it because the camera is there. There are hunters out there that I feel do it the right way. Guys like Bill Winke, if you watch his, when he hunts and harvests an animal or takes a shot, you can see how he reacts. It's more humble. It's more. I just feel it's more real. That's more real to me. I don't know who said this quote, but there's a quote that I think it might have been Vince Lombardi. That I don't know the exact quote, but it's just I know it was a football reference where it was, when you get to the end zone, act like you've been there before. I feel like that's how hunters should act. I mean, even if it is your first big buck or it's your biggest buck that you ever shot, act like you've been there before. Have a humility. I mean, you just took a shot at an animal. You either just killed or wounded a living thing. That should be taken with respect. It should be treated like the very serious thing that it is. It is a very serious thing that we're doing, and I know that we shouldn't worry about anti-hunters or concern ourselves with how things look to them, but I can see why people against hunting would have a bad taste when they see these videos of hunters and the way we react after shooting an animal and killing an animal. I don't know. If you can be happy, excited, and have them emotions, but I think that maybe act accordingly about what we're doing here, or maybe just don't do it in front of the camera. I mean, that's just my opinion. I know that there's a market for that. I know that there are people out there who are disagreeing with me, who like to see guys, hoot and holler and do all this weird, corny crap. But for me personally, it's not for me. I don't really like watching that kind of stuff. So, that's just my thoughts on this. Let me know what you think.